Wow. Wow. This is the first time that I have been early. How about that? Early. And it's working, it seems, today. Yippee-I-O. We'll see how that goes. Give it a couple of minutes. This is my friend. It's called a palm tree. This is my friend. It's called a winter jacket. Wow, look at that. That is freaking beautiful. I'd like to turn the computer to face that so you could see it, but I don't want to mess with my mojo, man. Computer's working. We're going to leave it at that. Yay! So today is January 20th, 2015. It's Tuesday, Mars Day, day of initiation. And welcome to the veritable edge of Western civilization, yet again.
No, I'm just going to get my transfer.
I just love saying that. I don't know why. But what's going on? Hi. That's a nice one. Did I mention how much I love seagulls? So if I look like I'm bundled up, it's because I'm definitely in wuss mode today. I'm not real fond of chilliness. It's been overcast all day, and the sun is scheduled to come out. Let's see, right at the freckle. Yep. And right about now, actually, we'll have partly sunny, which is the same as partly cloudy, depending if you believe in how full the glass is, through sunset, according to my the weather app on my iPhone, which is obviously the authority, the weather authority that most major democracies use to determine, you know, their fiscal policy. What has transpired? Oh yeah. By the way, this is show number 141C, and the reason why it's 141C is because 141, 140A, and 140B were complete and utter disasters in terms of failure to connect to the internet in a sustained manner that would allow for the transmission of these very important memes. I don't know. It wasn't something I drank. I had blueberries. I had blueberries and cashews. That could have been it. And seaweed, blueberries. So if you're wondering what David eats for lunch and breakfast, brunch, that would be it. So it's all percolating in the innards. Yeah, so show number 141C. And I'm really glad that I'm actually able to do a show today. Giving thanks, just giving thanks here. Yes. I like the way that bouncy thing is happening. It's kind of like I'm dancing with my friend, the palm tree. What else is happening? I think it's safe to say that I've entered my Saturn return, my second Saturn return. And, you know, Saturn is a planet that is the furthest out visual planet to Earth, and it represents one's karmic lesson. It's the father archetype as he conducts himself in the world, you know, out bringing home the bacon and everything. It's the elder, the executive archetype, also the teacher. And, you know, wherever it shows up in your chart, both in your natal chart, it shows what your karmic lesson is, and wherever it is in your chart, the moment tells us what, you know, what your page you're on with regards to your karmic lesson. And my Saturn, in other words, where Saturn was in the sky at the moment of my birth was at 7 degrees Sagittarius, which happens to also be the cusp between my 10th and 11th house, the house of mission and purpose, and the house of you know, friends and community and innovation and brilliance and genius and all that kind of stuff, freedom. And Saturn is the natural ruler of the 10th house. Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn and Capricorn rule the 10th house of mission and purpose and career and all that kind of stuff. So as we speak in the sky, Saturn is approaching, it's in the early degrees of Sagittarius, and having spent the past 2.5 years in Scorpio. And so for anybody born around 1957, they're entering the second Saturn return. The first time, of course, was when we were between 28 and 30 years old. And wow. Cool. So really cool thing happened yesterday. About a month ago, there was this woman that came by, and we just hit it off, talking and whatnot. And turned out she's a musician. She plays the violin, and she plays, you know, all different kinds of styles of music, from classical to rock to bluegrass music with her fiddle. And so we met before the holidays, and she said she was possibly going out on tour through the holidays, and she showed up yesterday. I think she lives in the neighborhood. And we made tentative plans for dinner tonight, and it turns out that she is, if you've ever heard of a band called the Foo Fighters, right? She plays with the Foo Fighters. I've never heard the band, so I don't know, but she sure is yummy. Anyway, we looks like we won't be having dinner tonight. She's in the studio. So that is the exciting life of the artist. Is you get to meet fiddlers and not go to dinner with them. Dinner and a movie. We're gonna go see Birdman. Heard a lot of good news about that. So, but anyway, we got 45%, and I've been talking to see if it remains stable and keeps transmitting and whatnot. Hey, so it looks like it does. So I want to finish working on this piece that I was working on yesterday. So, probably want to do this over here. Move table. The police are right there. Let's see the police. It's still keeps working. And it's because they love my show. Just kidding. All right. So, oh, you missed this. Yeah, I started this on the weekend. I'll show you the whole thing. I started this last weekend on Saturday, I think. Ooh, I'm nice and warm now. I just put this jacket on right before we went on, and it's seriously working for me, man. I am such the wuss. So finish this baby, hopefully. Are you seeing this? It's epic. So yeah, it was really wonderful meeting this woman. Her name is Jessie Green. You want to Google her? She has beautiful green eyes and blackish auburn hair. Hi there.
Why English?
It's my last name.
Alexander English? It's a really good last name.
Thank you.
Can I take a picture of this? I don't
Yes.
have mine,
Sure.
so I'll remember.
Thank you. So yeah, had a really great time hanging out here while I was packing up yesterday, and I've never seen this band. Or, I wouldn't know any of their music or anything, but I've heard about them in the media. And she was just playing. She went on tour with this other band called the Jayhawks. I don't know. They might be famous in the Midwest or something. But so then I Googled some of her music, found some of her own music yesterday, and dang, she girl's got pretty good skills. She can sing. Very impressive. It's one of the things I love about this place is you just never know who you're talking to. And you can easily meet people from different disciplines, and you never know what kind of collaboration that'll result in. I met this brother here the other day that does sound healing using tuning forks and stuff, and we may collaborate on a. I told Ryan about him. Ryan's a sound healer as well. Hey there. And so we may do some collaboration, hopefully, down the road. What else is going on is last Thursday, I think it was. Yeah, it was last Thursday night. I photographed the rest of the series of collaborative paintings for Conscious Pilots group. They're the the paintings that I did of Ryan's sacred geometry images, diagrams, and so we photographed them. When I say photograph, what I mean is we set up the lights, the programmable LED lights, and you know, shine them on the painting, and I videotape them, videotape the painting while the lights are cycling through 17 million colors every 8.5 seconds. And then I take that video and I put it together into a demo, hey there, bro, that has a pretty hypnotic and meditative effect on people. And a week ago, today's Tuesday, yeah, a week ago, I did this talk, and I screened the first 15 minutes, 13 minutes of the meditation. I'm calling it the self-initiation meditation. This video, because it's very. I dare you not to drop into a meditative state while watching this, and so. Over the weekend, I finished that, putting that all together, and it's about 31 minutes long. And still trying to get it out of the computer, export it out of the computer in a viable format. But we have a meeting tomorrow night with the collector that's interested in helping to promote our work to museums and stuff. So museums and galleries and that kind of thing. I think it's a dinner meeting. Our last dinner meeting was really wonderful. We went to this Italian restaurant. I think it's Italian. No, it wasn't Italian. It's this other I don't know what kind of cuisine you call it, but was the chef came out and it was pretty wonderful. This brother's name, if you heard me talk about him, his name is Joel Portnoy, and he's 90 years old, and at one point had collected over 600 pieces of art, and he lost a good slice of his fortune from getting involved via Bernie Madoff, and then his wife left him, and she took the art, and he moved out here, and he met Ryan's mother, who owns they own the horror shop on Main Street, and eventually they all got introduced this at Ryan's birthday party a couple months ago. So, hi. And yeah, so there's that meeting tomorrow night. And the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. That's fun. My sister Chris and I. That's a whole story. My sister Chris loves to not like she loves to not like the Patriots. And so whenever they play, she'll call me and we'll talk through the whole game. and she tries to gloat when they lose. But this weekend they won. And I said there'll be no gloating from this end. And but you know, she called, and we listened. I listened to her. I love her commentary. It totally gets me going. You know, it's better sometimes than the actual game. So she gave me the play-by-play on the Colts and no, the Seahawks game. Excuse me, Seahawks Green Bay game. That was hilarious. She'd be like, "Yeah, the quarterback's back there making a sandwich. He's got all the time in the world." It's great. It's great. You know, if you can't watch a game, you might as well. It's better to listen to my sister's commentary. I think, you know, she could definitely give those guys that get paid for that a run for their money. I think I'm going to turn this over so I can be a little easier to get at. Oh, now the sun's gone completely. Hey there. Stream. Yeah, this is a little easier to get at. 27%. This could happen. I'm feeling it. So I started looking at the oh yeah, this weekend I did a teaser trailer for Kelly's movie, the Return of the Magi remix. I think it's about 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes long, maybe 3.5 minutes long. And once again, I'm at the trying to export that in a viable format. I think I did, but I want to get it on Vimeo as well, and need to go do it again. And it just takes time. And then what's the other thing? Hit the trailer, preview trailer, whatever. And what else? Oh yeah, so I started, now that that movie's done, I went back to finishing the Emergence Beyond 2. That manuscript, which is, there's about 50 pages of text. And so the past two nights I've been putting in the the photographs, full color photographs, and so that project coming along as well. Yeah, with that, man, that's like 3 video projects and a book. It sounds productive. I don't know. There's one of the people one of the astrologers in Kelly's movie. It's one of the most famous astrologers. His name is Stephen Forrest, and he actually talks about the second Saturn return in the movie. And one of the things he says about it is that the second Saturn return kind of initiates the third stage of life, right? The first stage being the first 29 years, and the second stage being the second 29 years. And then the third stage, the cycle of the elder, begins at that second Saturn return. And what he says is, in the movie, and I listened to it enough times, I can almost give it to you verbatim. He said that in the second Saturn return, the person is, finds their fulfillment in giving away everything that they've amassed in the acquisitive stage of life between the first Saturn return and the second Saturn return in those 29 years. And, I don't have a lot of material wealth or material stuff or whatever, but what I do have is a lot of creative projects that have, my life attempting to complete or fulfill and what he says is the people that seem to be most happiest are the people that at their second Saturn return that are able to be successful in giving away what they've amassed, and so I think the rest of my life is kind of dedicated to the giving away, getting the work to the world before I disappear, and this weekend, and he says the people that seem the least happy are the ones who are not able to give away what they've amassed, and this weekend a couple of times. Okay, so what happens is I'm trying to get these projects out of the computer, out of the video editing program. I'm trying to export them, and I'm having problems with that, right? For various reasons. Either the computer suddenly crashes and resets, which means, with Kelly's movie, it's a 90-minute documentary, right? So it takes, when the computer crashes, it takes 2 hours before I can work on it. It has to reconstitute. If I open that, as soon as I open up that program and say I want to look at this video project, it takes 2 hours for the computer to put together all the media that's in that movie again, all the raw files and everything like that before I can do anything. And if I try to do something, it's just going to make the computer crash again, So if I try to do anything before it's put all that together, it'll just make the program crash, and then I have to start all over again. So once I open that up, it's gotta. I know it's 2 hours, right? So if I start work at I get off here around 6 o'clock. I go get something to eat. I start work around 8 o'clock at the internet cafe. I open up the program. I can't start working on it until 10 o'clock, right? And if it crashes between 10 and 12, then there's not enough time for me to actually get any work done past, if I'm lucky, if it crashes in the first hour, then at least maybe I'll get another shot at it. You know, if I start it before the dinner cafe closes at 2 o'clock. You know, so hello.
Hi. Dang it. I wish there was a small one. Yeah, this is on it.
You have someone at work?
Yeah, I have this one.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in my room.
Did you know that this was a blow up of this painting? Well, there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And,
I really
that
like
painting
that.
is only half the actual painting. The whole painting is this big.
Wow.
You know? So there's just more of this basic background. Took 4 days, and I did that out at the hot springs outside Taos, New Mexico.
I love your work.
Thank you. Did I tell you what the inspiration was for that painting?
This?
Did
You
I?
didn't know.
Okay. There is this piece of music that was commissioned for a documentary on the 100th anniversary and renovation of the Statue of Liberty. It was Mark Isham was the composer, and he was commissioned to do this piece. And the documentary opens with this aerial view, you know, from a helicopter, most likely, going around the renovated Statue of Liberty at sunset. So it's like this beautiful golden light and this piece of music. And the piece of music is called On Liberty, right?
Ah.
And you can, you know, Google it, you know, or YouTube it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really, the music is one of the most inspiring pieces of music I've ever heard. You know, it's very understated, you know, it's very subtle, but it slowly builds through until the end. It's a very, you know, much crescendo, but it's, you know, it's a modern minimalist classical composition, and it's really profound. And that's what inspired the piece, On
Wow.
Liberty. So that's why the title of that painting is On Liberty, you know. So, yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for supporting the work.
Of course.
Bless. Yeah, you want to check out that piece of music. Mark Isham, On Liberty. Yeah. He's a contemporary of Philip Glass and John Williams. John Williams? Yeah, you know, the composer for Star Wars and all that stuff. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, you know, through the weekend, even though that, you know, interesting. So anyway, the computer crashed a lot, right? And each one of these video projects, like the 30-minute long meditation DVD for conscious pilots, computer crashed when I'm, you know, trying to export the file, you know, and, you know, each time it crashes and I didn't get the, you know, the exported file so that I can, you know, publish that and whatnot, I started to feel frustrated. I started to feel angry, right? And I knew that this anger was out of proportion to what was actually happening. And it felt like, and it was obvious to me that what the universe was trying to show me was my attachment to accomplishment. And two,
Yeah. I think I would know.
this anger, you know, and I know I've learned over the years that when I get, you know, start feeling this kind of like kind of anger, I need to take myself to bed. it's like the little kid, you know, that starts, he needs a nap, you know. It's like, you know, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm working on the computer and shit's not working out, then I'm starting to get angry, then it's bedtime for David, right? So, and but it's so in line with you know, this attachment to accomplishment. You know, being results oriented. These are issues that have come up over the past several days. I'm trying to complete these projects, and I'm having trouble completing them because of some technical glitch or whatever. And you know, that it's frustrating my self-image and all that kind of stuff. You know, how I and which is totally in line with the Saturn return, second Saturn return. You know, it's that trying to get that to that point where you know, I can give away these gifts to the world. You know? So, and you know, seeing obstacles to being able to accomplish that and to give away those gifts to accomplish, right? I tapped into this core anger, you know, and which was very much like a 3-year-old, 5-year-old anger, you know, and so which was really funny because I'm feeling angry and I'm witnessing myself feel angry, and there's a part of me that's over here laughing at both of us, the one who's watching and the one who's feeling the anger, you know. I just knew there was a good thing there weren't a lot of people around, because I wouldn't have been a very good company. So, anyway, la. Well, we got 7% now. I'm probably not going to finish this before the battery runs out. So, I will, of course, finish it before. This is one of the main reasons why I came out here today, was to do the show and paint the painting and, you know, try once again to get this mojo back working, so the electrical stuff. See, that's another thing. The fact that it's, for the past 3 weeks, that it's been hit or miss doing the show with the computer. It's like, why? You know, and now I know that it's part of the Saturn return thing, you know, and to, you know, this issues to do with accomplishment and, you know, being able to be okay whether accomplishment occurs or not, you know. So thank you, Saturn. But good, what most people don't know about Saturn is the bestower of gifts from the work you've done, you know. And so, but it wants to make sure that you get, you know, that you get the full value of for what you've accomplished. And so in this situation, it's not going to let me accomplish anything unless I, you know, get the lessons behind it all the lessons, because there's not another shot at it, you know. This is it, you know. This is the time of life where it's like, get it done, because you don't get a second shot. So anyway, and on that note, try to show you the ocean again before we sign off. And not the garbage can. All right. Yeah, I don't want to move this too much because you won't see anything. But there's my little Buddha. Oh, there it is. You can kind of see the ocean. Lifeguard stand, at least. Alrighty then. How's it going, brother?
Hey, good. How are you?
Life is good.
Life is good.
Alrighty. 3%. Gonna close it out. Hope to see you tomorrow. And remember, we love you.